We live. Y'all know we back with another one, man. HBCU is getting crazy out here for us. I had to tap in. I appreciate everybody for keeping in contact with the boy on YouTube. But I'm gonna get into this, man, with the HBCUs, get into the shooter of the ICE, and touch a few other topics. But this one caught my eye. You know, if y'all see the thumbnail, I got on the thumbnail, I'm like, yo, who sent this guy? You know, after Charlie Kirk passed, and we seen all of the drama that came with that going campus to campus. Who sent this guy to go to a black college to just debate about DEI and all of that stuff? Now, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about it too. But without further ado, let's get it.
Maga supporters invaded our HBCU.
Yo, what is going on over here?
You called the East primitive for what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do science still. Y'all didn't do anything to your. You guys didn't make shit. You guys touch children. You guys
showing them the door.
Well, you heard what the dude said. He said, y'all touch children. You do this. Let them go.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, like penalty or something, because
sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie.
Yes. Say good job, TSU.
Good job.
At Tennessee State and HBCU, MAGA people tried their best, but
now, y'all think they just came out there? You think this was orchestrated? You think it was more of a, are they trying to get black people more to believe the stuff that Charlie Kirk said? I want to know what y'all. Somebody had to send them, in my opinion.
The students made their voices heard.
And they went viral with it. I believe that they want to see stuff like this. I believe the higher ups like to see stuff like this. Them guys going on our campus and like trying to debate to get their points across.
We made y'all do that. We made that country. That backpack, that shirt.
It's been a little wild.
You are an embarrassment to intelligence.
They're calling us stupid, but they wouldn't even talk to us on the mic. It's so funny. They wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't talk to us. Now they yell at us and they just think they're right. What are they even teaching at Tennessee State? This place kind of is just crazy. Wow. These people are not educated very well. All they know is attack, steal, and hurt us. Apparently there's a screwdriver brain today, so somebody was planning on using it to stab us, which is not good. So we're risking our lives out here, honestly. What the heck?
He said he risking his lives out.
Wow. And they're just following us still. Wow. Oh, dude, this is
Utterly pathetic, truly.
All we did was set up a table.
No, all y'all did ain't set up a table. You was trying to incite these. You were trying to incite our people. You wasn't just setting up a table. It was like, you know, they wanted to get this reaction out. But their stuff is falling. We don't really even gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's falling for them. They hurting each other. They killing each other more than any. So we just gotta watch it self-destruct. Like we watching it. We don't gotta get too emotional about it. Now, Charlie Kirk, he didn't go to black campuses. He went to white campuses and spoke to black people. So the fact that these guys are going to black campuses and trying to, like, it just seems like they're trying to stir up some controversy. They got paid.
Hey, tell them where you going now? Because I ain't here soon no more,
They call them boy. Remember they used to do that? They out there to make trouble for sure.
Very black and very tired of this.
Hey, in Tennessee don't even play. Shout out to BG.
Hey, what's up, man? Like, oh, that's a hell. You feel me? Like, it's a crazy day out here.
He knew he coming out there to start problems.
Pro-Trump propagandist Cam Higbee recorded himself getting roasted by students. Here was Higbee cosplaying as a journalist, where he was given a free trip to Israel to parrot their talking points and use his follower count on TikTok to do state-run media for the country that is currently committing a G-side. This was reported on at the time by Haaretz that Israel was sending 16 MAGA influencers, all who happened to be under the age of 30, to manufacture consent for the continued atrocities taking place. A source would tell Haaretz the influencers will be pushed to share messaging that aligns with Israeli policy regarding the Palestinians. We are working with influencers, sometimes with delegations of influencers. Higbee was one of them. For Tennessee State, for what it's worth, these were the signs that students had to see when the MAGA folks invaded their spaces on campus, per the Tennessean. A statement posted to Tennessee State University's Facebook page said the group was unaffiliated with the school and was not authorized to be there. Thus, campus police and staff would respond, and the group would be escorted off the grounds without issue. A school statement read, "At all times, Tennessee State University students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. The safety and well-being of our students, faculty, and staff remain our highest priority. Tennessee State University will continue to uphold university policies and ensure that campus remains a safe, welcoming, and orderly environment for all members of our community." The Miami Herald would importantly report the individuals were not connected to the school. They arrived without permits required for campus protests. According to policy, all demonstrations do need that prior authorization, and they didn't have it. Furthermore, Tennessee state officials and the SGA both stress that the school would not allow unauthorized demonstrations designed to divide the community. That's a net positive, by the way. The fast actions of campus police and staff, combined with the professionalism of students, demonstrated the school's strong commitment to creating a safe environment. The NAACP added in part, this incident was not an isolated act of political expression.
That's how we know it was saying we got all this NAACP, we got all of these, this was definitely this was a job.
Was an intentional effort to antagonize, disrupt, and instill fear in a space created to be safe, affirming, and supportive of Black students. Let's be clear about what we saw. These students tried to not necessarily engage with others. They were attempting to use the Charlie Kirk method and clip farm a lot of what they were talking about in order to post on their social media, become the next Charlie Kirk. It is very clear that that is what they're trying to do because the seat is open. And in turn, I think we've actually learned our lesson that nobody should be engaging with these people. I mean that.
Yeah, man, I agree with him, man. We can't be engaging with them because the reason why is it's a lot of politics and stuff going on. I think they're trying to get that seat that what Charlie was getting. He got that 150 million. That's probably all what he turned down, that 150 million, and they like, you know what? We want to get some of that. But there's some more news that they got. They found the YC who killed the 2 ICE agents. And instead of Maga going in and want to talk to Black people, why don't they go do a PSA announcement to their people and talk about the white on white crime? Like they don't even discuss that. It's like you want to talk to Black people about DEI and it's not even here no more.
Coverage continues here on Fox 4 and Fox Local. Here is the only photo we have right now of the suspected shooter, who police have identified as 29-year-old Joshua Yawn. This is a mugshot from 2015 following an arrest for possession of marijuana out of Collin County.
Police say he killed himself before they arrived this morning. He was perched on the roof of a nearby building.
David Brown, former Dallas police chief, was here in studio to brief us a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he was. He had a conversation with Hannah Battah and Sean Rabb.
So we're joined now by former Dallas.
Now, they said something, right, where Charleston White said something. He said, man, they got the crash outs over there. The thing about the YCs is they got crash outs that they ready to crash out. And we don't have the same crash out. It didn't, it seemed like Charleston White is going through it with white people right now. So whenever you be a token Negro, it never work out. It's never a good thing.
Police Chief Brown here, who also works as a security consultant. Upon hearing these initial reports from the scene, what do we know about the skill level of a shooter? I mean, being roughly 200 yards, maybe even less, away from the building and where that van, where those victims were shot. Do we think this was a skilled shooter involved here?
Strategically, tactically, to think about, I need to be in an elevated position. I need to be facing where people come in and out, took some planning. So not novice,
soulless.
Just from the placement of this shooter, thinking about where to get in, how to get to the roof without being seen, laying prone, which makes you more stable, more accurate. But the distance is not that.
But there's no way you could tell me everybody writing on bullets. It has to, that writing on bullet stuff lets me know that it gotta be a connection to all of it.
Difficult.
And when you talk about laying prone, you're talking about on your stomach.
On your stomach.
Right.
Makes you more stable instead of trying to stand or be or kneel. So there's some level of skill, but you could be someone who hunts and have that level of skill. It's not necessarily military or policing skill. But I would say the distance is not a really difficult distance to with a rifle at all.
Does it change anything that it was dark outside and that it was raining, or do you think that maybe it was close?
It's like we really seeing that it's a lot of. I think it's organized. If you ask me, man, I'm with you. Ray said, shout out to Ray said. You said that boy is under that spell. He lost. I'm telling you, they lost. I think they look for kids that are like it's some kind of signs you got to show. And then I think they're using and abusing. I just don't feel like every shooter is going to be writing on bullets all the time. It's like that shows me
enough
that
that
it's
really anybody could have done this.
Not just the rain, the wind. It was really windy this morning. And so the windage is one thing you have to calculate to be accurate with a rifle. So the person had, again, not novice, not amateur, not necessarily professional. But I would say this person had a level of skill, a level of planning, at least a level of strategy to be able to pull this off and be accurate and hit someone.
And it may actually, the shooting itself about 6:40, 6:45 may have actually happened before that big line of rain and wind came through during morning drive. Either way, he had the advantage because he knew what he was going to do. He was in place. We don't know how long he'd been in place yet.
That's right.
We're going to find that out through surveillance cameras, aren't we, Chief?
That's right. So that's the next thing is the investigation, obviously, is ongoing, but it's still early to know how early was he there? What kind of planning went, getting his cell phone, his social media, getting into, people that knew him, getting some witness information from him is going to really.
It's like every day, bro, it's another white young boy shooting and killing something. If that's not controlled, I don't know what you think is. They got all the resources they done took in the world and they just taking out each other right now. Cacophony. They said cacophony is a spiritual disease. It's when you had wealth for too much, too long, and it just tears you down. I was just reading this, but let me let them cook. Let me hear what's
be
going
helpful in determining motive.
And there's never a shooter in a complete silo. Somebody knows him. There's always some family and some friends, somebody in a chat room or somewhere.
We're just not isolated anymore. We're connected, interconnected with social media especially, but we all have family and friends. And so it won't take long for investigators to be interviewing family and close associates to this person.
Right. Now this is how he look.
Did shooter who police have identified.
Joshua John. So he said that boy looked lost. But again, what is going on? Who's connected to these young YCs that's doing terror every day? Schools is something else. It's like something is to this. We don't just believe, that this could just be going on. But check out what Big Gip said, man. Big Gip was kind of pointing out some political stuff. Check this out.
Money. It's about these folk robbing these folk. So ain't got nothing to do with no war. And when he came back from Kuwait, that's when he realized that all wars ain't nothing but about money. About politicians doing kickbacks for how long you keep it going on, how long everybody get that envelope coming. So when you look at a situation like Ukraine and you like, hey man, these folk been robbing. And then you look at these people and say, hey man, the Biden was the best for it. Man, Biden ain't gave a fuck about us. Man, Biden ain't never gave a fuck about us. Man, he locked up 400. You understand? 400,000 black people went to jail in the 90s. We never seen them again. But he's supposed to be good for me just because he went and he was up under Obama. Man, I'm from the South.
He's speaking about the 94 crime bill. They was just putting black people. You could have weed. It's people that went to jail for flowers like 10 years, decades, for having a flower. Okay, this was a real intention to make black slaves.
The country. Once you show me who you is, man, I don't care how many times you change clothes. I know who you is.
Shut out, racist.
So just because you got old, I'm supposed to care? No, that's who you was.
Who was Barack Obama?
Barry. Barry, for they dressed him up, gave him a new name, told him he can't go to the black church because that money them people ain't the one money behind him. See, it's like everything is scripted. Barack Hussein Obama. Don't that look like that sound like some shit somebody put together? But this gonna get them though, folk. We fucking with identity politics. So you gotta sprinkle a little bit everywhere so we can stretch him out. And that's what they did. They made you feel like he was here for you, but he was here for a whole nother group of people. Because after he left office, bro, I just started seeing shoes. The color changed everywhere. The children got weak. The girl wanted to be boy. Hey man, I ain't mad at you. You can choose whatever you want to choose.
I ain't gonna lie. After Obama became president, he ain't lying. That's when we seen more of the bull crap. The boys turning to girls, girls turning to
Who told me
boys.
just like this? Hey man, you could put 2 men on the island.
Obama
Ain't gonna be nothing but death. You could put 2 women on the island. Ain't gonna do nothing. You put a man and a woman on the island. That's gonna create life.
But a man and a woman, that's gonna, man, shout out to Big Gift, right? I'm glad he said that. Shout out to you, Trail Jack. Gift be on it, man. Gift just said that if you put a man and a woman on the island, it's life. If you put 2 men on the island by themselves, probably gonna end up hurting each other. But if you put a woman and a woman, you know, so they making the NFL wear these gay pride bands right now. So they got this in the NFL where they trying to push this narrative, and it's political. And this was what Obama started. All this trying to push, you know, they don't care about us being traditional with what we are.
Simple. So at the end of the day, for me, I ain't tripping about what you choose. But I'm saying it's been a systematic, driven program to desensitize and feminize Black men. I ain't going. Never. And just because it's right for you and just like it's cool for you, I'm going to stand on this because I know this work. Everything you talking about was created in the pandemic. They got mad at giving the pandemic. I say, man, look, man, we were talking about this on Cell Therapy, man. Go get Behold of the Pale Horse and read the book. It's rolling out just like the book. These folk telling you. Bill Gates go up on TV and tell you, we're going to depopulate the world. Don't worry about it. Gonna give them a little shot. We're going to make some money. And that's exactly what they did.
Man, it's baffling how.
You see how now? Listen, Willie D. I don't know, man. It seemed like Willie D ain't want him to keep going, man. Check this out.
Slow Americans are. Like, I mean, overall. Like, I mean, obviously there are some very smart Americans, but overall, man, it's really baffling how slow they are. Bill Gates told us directly that he wanted to depopulate the world. He told us this. And then he gets an opportunity where millions of people are falling, just dropping dead. And we're going to rely on him to come up with the vaccine to stop that from happening. The man, I mean, it's a perfect scenario for him to realize his dream, his ultimate goal to depopulate the world. And he has the permission. People are giving him permission to actually hit them with the jab, to stick them like they look, man, I will volunteer. He ain't got to force it on you. He ain't got to be slick with it. He don't have to come up with the rules. He
go to poor countries and they make sure you get sick, and then they inject you. It's experimental. It's Tuskegee experiment on a wide level now. The same thing they did to us with the Tuskegee experiment. It's times 100 right now.
You know, hey, take this, it's gonna be good for you. Right. And we just lining up, taking it, forgetting that this man is a eugenics specialist. He's a student of eugenics, and so is his wife.
Right.
How did Americans get so damn slow?
They're not even slow. They taking the money. Like, just like right now, they actually telling you more people die from the vaccine because the vaccine killed them than they actually died from the virus. Now, okay, you got countries saying we want to bring him under charges because we know that this is a poison. You got Africans, hey man, we didn't have no problem till the Bill Gates Foundation showed up. Now a lot of children crazy and funny and everything else. You got Vietnamese saying we never had autism till this man came over and started poking folk. And then you got...
Now he said they never had autism till they came by and started poking folk. Now, if you see Trump just said Tylenol gets kids, Tylenol is the cause of autism. which is, I think, is some kind of business play, bro. I think he's covering up for your boy BG, man. He's covering up for him, and he's putting the autism on Tylenol, which I don't believe that. I ain't big on, I mean, I don't like Tylenol anyway, but I just think that it's a reason for that. Why aren't they talking about the Gates? Bill Gates is being called out in every nation. Why isn't he calling that out?
They're sitting up here telling me, hey man, you better listen to them folk. I said, you can't be from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because in them years, black people didn't even want to take an aspirin. So to listen and look at the show, just go back and look at, they rolled out all these presidents in front of the country. Roll their arm up.
Now, mind you, right, in America, when you have a baby in the hospital, they're going to try to get you to take them shots. I've been through this with my kids. I don't let them get no vaccines. They make you have to sign waivers to be like, okay, da 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 da. They want, it's so many vaccines they want kids taking. Now, the problem is when you're a parent and you're not standing and like you're scared and you ain't like you're going to shoot your kid up, thinking that it's going to prevent them from something. And that is a problem. I feel like a lot of parents are just going to let them get vaccinated with all of this and, oh, we do this so your kid won't get this, and this. And you should never get your kid vaccinated. And that's the problem. That's why all of our kids, and it's a fight on the government, because our kids, we have the most autism, we have the most Down syndrome. So it's like that could be specifically for us. They've been doing it with Tuskegee experiment. This happened before. So it's like we gotta wake up. We can't trust nothing. We can't trust nothing that they trying to tell us and give us, because in history shows that they ain't right.
Obama, you right there. Yeah, lead your folk right to the fire. And you see it. It's almost like, man, they will get together to pull the wool over your eyes. And even when you get to the end of it and say, didn't I tell you this 2 years ago? You say, I can't believe you, because you who you is. It's like we'll never believe us, but we'll believe them every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy. It's like they'll believe. I've never had.
Call it race-specific bioweapon.
You know why? I didn't let them folk mess with my immune system. So if you my age and you sickly there, everybody that I know went and took them shots, something different about their body is going on with them that they never had before.
And it was men. It was mostly men that I knew that had that issue. You know, it's a lot of men that took that shot that people that didn't take the shot, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't see
before they took that shot. I got folk losing their eyesight. I got folk losing their hearing. I got folks coming up with some rare form of cancer. I'm just like, bro, and do you understand? Do you even know the history of Fauci? He is the creator of AIDS. So why would I want the creator of AIDS telling me what's good for me? And it's like, for these people to be standing around here.
Dang, did Fauci create AIDS? If he did, that's crazy. If the devil is going to do anything to God's people, he has to warn them first. And so they do. You got to let them accept it. I get what
everybody know that it was a hoax. You got young people around here. You could just go on the internet and just look for people who just died suddenly. And young people, anybody that mess with that shot, something could just, your heart could just stop, because that's what it was designed for. It's a bio weapon. It's either going to attack something in your body that's weak, or it's going to induce something from cancer and AIDS. Something is going to happen inside of your bloodstream. And I say, y'all think about this. The whole time the pandemic was going on. You know what the strangest shit to me was? All of a sudden, we got pills for AIDS. All of a sudden, I started seeing these commercials of, man, it ain't so bad to have AIDS no more. We got a pill. Damn, as soon as they kill one thing, they introduce something else.
You know what?
Right.
You know what?
What?
Because they got to keep the hustle going.
Wow.
Got to.
The hustle must be maintained at all times. You know, and especially when we
hope y'all caught that. He said that now, if you got AIDS, when the last time you hear people dying from AIDS now? Look at Magic. Look at Magic, man. Magic look like 100 million. I think that the AIDS is like no way, like AIDS was around for so long that eventually these diseases, they come up with, fixes for them. But they definitely use diseases against Black people, because if you look at the sickest people in the world, it's us.
Regards to medicine, anytime there's a hustle going on where people in medicine are making money off a particular product or service, and they bring it to a close, they have another one already ready to go. And sometimes there's a lapse in coverage, or that there's a lapse in payments.
Mm-hmm.
But after a few months, they got the next big thing, because that's why if you look at the medical field, you'll notice that hospitals don't close.
Never.
Emergency centers don't close down.
Never.
If they do, they closing for reconstruction. It's because they take that building fund and go bigger.
Right.
But they're scaling. They're not downsizing. They're scaling. They're always scaling.
Mm-hmm.
We get more and more hospitals, more and more doctors, more and more nurses, more and more medicine, more and more treatments, more and more.
That doesn't fix anything.
It never, ever fixes anything, because the money is in the medicine. It is not in the cure.
Right. That's why it should be out of here, because it's just plain. And like, I don't even trust them people. For real. It's like you gotta go get 2-3 different. It's just hard. Everybody want to service you. They don't want to fix you.
And I think I found that out. I moved to California. I got into, the cannabis thing right before the pandemic. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and put this line out. And the pandemic hit, and at the same time, my father called me and was like, son, I got cancer. I'm only gonna be here 8 more months. I want you to come home. I left California, I came home. Dad couldn't take a lot of the THC products because he never was a smoker. He was a drinker. So he was like, man, this feel crazy. I don't know how y'all do this shit. I'm a drinker, man. So he didn't really like that. So I was like, okay, we'll try this. And the CBD is what worked on it. So then I started doing my studies with CBD and just looking at like all these natural ways to heal ourselves. And I just started remembering like Big Mama, Grandmama. Like, we ain't go to no doctor. She gave us a big old spoon of castor oil. Like, we ain't go to no doctor. And then, just different things that the older folk did that they didn't go to the doctor a lot. So to watch the CBD actually help him with this cancer thing, I'm like, wow, if this is actually helping him feel better and actually helping him eat, then why Big Pharma don't want this to be in the forefront? And then I said, okay, I'm gonna take the same idea. I'm gonna go and mocktail all the liquors, because I'm like, so many of my brothers, they in the alcohol, and then once you get a certain age, man, you can see that alcohol on you, man. Like that shit on you, it's in your neck, it's in your skin, it's in everything. So I'm just kind of like, that's not good. Maybe I can help my folks. So I came up with a whole line, Give Goodies, where it was like a mocktail, tequila, vodka, bourbon, rum, everything.
Where is it?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but I want to show it.
Did
you bring any with you?
I
You got
didn't bring
any in the
none
car?
with me. I would bring some. You know, I'm gonna send you some because I didn't know. You know, I was like, man, OG might be like, no, man.
Nah.
But you know, like, yeah,
that's the beauty of being independent.
yeah.
Ask nobody for permission. The homies want to show what they're working with.
But see, let me tell you about it. I put it out. We put it out. We started putting it in the streets. Big Pharma and Big Liquor turned around and, who is that? You doing that? I woke up in the morning. We're banning everything. I'm like, wow. Every time we get into something, every time we create something that's good for people, it gets banned.
Did they shut you down on social media too?
Yeah, they tried to. Yeah, they really did. Cause I just switched the plays. See, because Gip was starting to go up into the dome downtown, and I just started seeing the politics behind all of it. It's like, man, America run on the check, man. That's it.
Right. Like, you can't stop their money from coming in. But you see how this brother just trying to do something to help people, and it's not, they don't like that.
America run, they need to know their elbow got to get greased. And that's what I learned.
So, 2 questions. One, where can people purchase? How do they purchase your products now?
Oh, you go on my Instagram. It's kush.com.
Okay.
You can go on kush.com and it comes straight to your house.
Okay, so
but it's also about what state you in. Because once they seen what color Gibby was, all the states started changing the rules. See, at one time from Texas all the way back, it was like CBD and CBD products, they didn't care. But once they seen us start to bottle different things up, then all of a sudden I started getting attacked at the distributions, and people started showing up with their lawyers and saying that I was infringing on this or infringing on that. So I said, okay, I shut down everything in Georgia and moved everything to Tennessee. I'm in all 4 states in Tennessee. So it's like to the end of this year, I got to sell that out, and then we're going to flip it over to the cans. So when y'all see these THC products now with 10 milligrams that's coming in the cans, we really help that situation happen. So it's like, yeah, by September, I'm going to put the new line out, and that's going to be in about 16, 18 states.
I know you got a correction to make. You said all 4 states in Tennessee.
I mean, all 4 cities.
Yeah, right.
That's Chattanooga, that's Nashville,
major
that's Memphis, and that's Knoxville.
Right, yeah. You said that cannabis worked on your dad. Is he still alive?
No, he left me in 2018.
How long did he live from the time that you started giving him that?
What was crazy about it, when they called me in California, they said, Gibby, he only got 24 hours. I got on the plane, I got here. When I got here, everybody on his floor was already passed. He was the last one left. I went in there, I had some RSO from California, and I just took a whole bunch of it and I just put it in his mouth. He was in so much pain, he was just shaking. And he woke up in the morning, he said, man, I'm hungry. He ate. He said, I want to go home. He went home. He stayed with me another 2 weeks. But I saw the cannabis. I'm like, damn, if I had been able to give him this
sooner,
so much sooner, you know, because I got people around me now. I got one of my mentors, Mr. James. Mr. James had stage 4 cancer. Mr. James bagged that cancer all the way out just by leaving the city, moving to the country, and eating like how we ate when we were kids. No more cancer. So again, that's showing you again that it's the foods we eat, it's the things that we drinking that's causing the different kind of cancers in us, and that's on purpose. So that lets you know too that cancer can be defeated just by knowing how to defeat it. And that's the part that I think Big Pharma has been hiding for years now. You know, I think they've been knowing how to cure cancer.
Yeah.
You know.
They have to, man. When you think about some of the wonderments of the world, you got to say, man, first of all, so they can't cure cancer, but they somehow cured COVID-19. And COVID-19 is killing everybody. But they came up with a damn cure within like, what, 3, 4, 5 months or something? And But cancer still is just lingering. Like, hey, man, what about me? I mean, is cancer like cancer is almost like the black person of diseases. You know, like it's like we gonna cure every damn thing, but cancer still waiting. Cancer still waiting to be cured. It's just still waiting. Cancer keep getting overlooked.
And I think that's the reason why they keep us at odds with other countries. I think that's the reason why governments keep populations ignorant to a certain degree, because it's like in Russia they might got a cure for cancer, but because we ain't cool and we don't want our population to know, we're gonna always say hate Russia. We're gonna always say hate them people because we can't control what they're gonna say to you. So when I look at just different things, I'm like, nah, this is all about money all the way across the board.
Yeah.
It's about making people pay into the pot. And as long as they can scare you with some kind of new disease, then they can always have you pay into the pot. Because at the end of the day, you know, most folks from the country ain't never had no health care, and they still live to be 100 years old. So, shit, was health care, was it worth it? Or could they keep all that money they gave them folks? Because if you think about how many people pay into health care, if something happened to you, it's just something gonna happen to you. But that money that you paid, you'll never get that money back, and they never gonna give it to you vote. So what did you pay for? It's all a scam.
Yeah, it's cold-blooded scam, man. Really, all their asses should be locked up. That's why Luigi getting so much love, because these people, you know, they make it very difficult for people to live a quality life. Even if you got money, there is so many there's so much temptation out there to get you off your square, where, you know, you can call yourself buying good food and all of that stuff, but they're allowing these people to put chemicals in our food. They're mislabeling the food. These food companies are running amok, and there is little to no oversight, because everybody, all of these people that are tasked with, you know, looking after us and making sure that we are safe, they're getting paid, man. They're getting the money and taking off.
They getting paid and they getting told what not to eat and what not to drink. See, that when people ask what is an elite, what do they mean by that? That means that then the people that got all the cheat codes. They know what not to drink, what's not, you know, healthy. They know all the cheat codes. Now you finding out Whole Foods ain't nothing but a bunch of synthetic foods. Ain't never been nothing Whole Foods about it. But somebody got together and said, hey man, let's run this scam together. Long as we act like it healthy, they gonna buy it. And I'm like, yeah, but look at this. You know, people say what they want to say. You know, a lot of times I put up the way we live, or the way the elders still live in the country. You know, they're going to break that hog down, man. They're going to rub them things. They're going to cut that fat back, man. They're going to sprinkle. People be like, man, what is all that? I say, man, let me tell you something. That way of living is way cleaner than everything you going to get out that grocery store. And them folk right there, they gonna have a way better health situation than you are. And most of them strong as oxen and gonna live to the end of time. So it's like, for me, when I look at things, I say, it seemed that everything that the elders taught us that was the right way, society has made it to be taboo. Believe me, not the people that raised you. Is what they telling me. And I'm like,
not the people that love you.
Yeah, not the people. The people that love me want me to live. The people that don't, they really want to profit. And when you just look at music right now, it's like music can turn into a horror. Just like, you know, it's just like this, OG. It's like when I heard you say, I'm about to kick your ass through the gold post of hell, I just sit there, man. That was one of the hardest lyrics. That was like one of the hardest lyrics anybody could say at the time, but you understood it. Like, he just saying, man, don't fuck with him, man. The wrong way. And it's just to listen to what
I wrote that down.
Y'all would teach us and what y'all would put in the music. Like, it's like the cleanup man. It like to learn how to deal with certain type of women. We learn from them raps. We learn from them songs. And I think that even when we was trying to be our worst, y'all still taught us something. We still learn from listening to the Ghetto Boys. I learned from listening to NW.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, Fight the Power. Music, bro, you learned a lot from it, man, back until when the NWA came in. But I remember Fight the Power and all of that stuff. It was like that. I remember watching that movie by Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. And it was like it had so much soul in the whole movie. It was like I don't see movies like that no more. I don't see that same, everything is just political. I don't know if y'all came up and seen that, but Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, you had Fight the Power, it was just a lot of liberation.
And I think, like I learned this in the Public Enemy. And I think that once these people got in here and said, no, let's change this shit, because when we were kids, when we was just getting into the music business, it was like the music business and the movie business, they were like enemies. Like, oh, we don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with us. And then all of a sudden, it's like, now they enjoying together. And now it's just a pact to be able to run through the youth. It's like, we not here to help. We here to pimp. We here to goddamn slave drive. We here to take and we here to destroy. And I think that ain't what we got from our music. That ain't what we got. We got learning experience from rap. And I think rap right now is it's in a place of it's in the wrong hands. And not to be disrespectful and not to be
it's in the wrong hands.
Make folk hair stand up. I really do think that it was a plot against the South. It looked like it. It looked like it was a plot against everybody that they couldn't control, put the police on, slow them down, till we figure out how to control everybody. And
of course,
it's like you wake up, just like now, talking to Organized Noise, they were like, bro, what we signed in the 90s ain't the same contracts they signing now. We got $1 for something. They signed it for true zip, 0 point nothing. So when you look at it, it's like, damn. Once they realized that we were smarter.
Y'all ain't catching what he's saying. He's talking about the music industry. If they selling an album for $20, right? They sign a contract. They know contractually, I'm going to get $5, $1 off of this $20 album or this $10 album. I'm going to get $1, $2. You feel me? Now you done switched to where now it's somebody said they had 1 million streams and they had like $300. He's spitting straight facts. The game is meant to change it and make it so I'm making more money. So things are going to get tighter and tighter if we keep letting these people be in control. It ain't go ease up. How we seeing life before, they are doing research on that. So they already done got the stats, the data, and they're like, okay, boom. That's when inflation gonna happen. Because they see the money and they like, okay, we're going to put our price more into this. That's why things don't keep getting expensive. It's never going to change. It's never going to be like it was back in the day. We'll never have houses at $10,000 brand new. It ain't going to happen no more because they pretty much raped the game. They pretty much just sucked all of the money out and we paying all of these extra fees to them.
We were making better decisions. Then it's like, how do you control a bunch of black people with power? Put them in jail. You put the police on them. So when people ask me, when they be like, man, why you think? I'm like, just go back and look at that time. Why everybody went to jail? All of a sudden, they were hit artists. Why? Because they knew that it was like, if we don't control this bunch, then we're not going to control the industry. And it's like,
damn, he's speaking some facts. Now I'm understanding what he's saying, right? Boule, because of all of that music and that culture we had, Fight the Power, and all of them, they having that, it was a different energy. It was different energy back then. That's why you see guys like us, race head, trail, we got a different energy than somebody. They don't see that same stuff that they seeing that we've seen. So it's like, that's what triggered it. So they had to sit back and it was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this is bad, bro. We got to switch. These kids are coming up having too much liberation movements. They know about Malcolm X. It's like, it's a problem. We got to control them. The only thing how we can control them, put them in jail. That's it.
In them times, OGs are supposed to teach the youth about the shortcomings and the falls and what not to do. And it seemed like the more and more I came up in the industry, they were trying to separate us from the youth. Like, don't listen to my old nigga, man. Them old nigga, man. They ain't gonna tell you nothing right. Huh? How you not gonna listen to me, shouting? And what they did was they said, how do we beat the respect and love they got for them? How do we get them to change their focus to us? Pay them more than they worth. So what you did at the pandemic, start paying these kids more than what they worth. That was the way to break the relationship between the youth and the elders. Once you give a child millions of dollars, shit,
they ain't gonna feel like
what he gonna tell them?
Okay, I absolutely agree with you that somebody got to the youth. They got to the youth, and they turned the youth on us. And a lot of the youth do not respect the elders. They have zero respect for those who came before them. They don't have no respect for the pioneers, no respect for the people who paved the way, who opened the doors. They have zero respect for that. So we know that somebody got to them. But who got to us?
Who got to us?
Who got to us to make us, the elders, disconnect with the youth? Because I know a lot of elder people, a lot of the older people who disrespect the youth. When they talk about the youth, it's them motherfuckers. It's over. It's they crashed out. They'll say things like, "This generation is cooked," as if the youngsters can't read, as if the youngsters can't hear them talking.
Yeah.
And so my thing is like, to try to get an understanding. If the idea is for us to connect with the youth and for us to join forces, because one is not going to make it without the other, then we should be doing things that are consistent with the objective that we want to achieve, right? And we're not doing that. If somebody, let's say if you're if you have a situation with, you want to check one of your children, right? And you want to put them up on game. The best way for them to receive it is respectfully, right? As opposed to just because you can, how far you think you're going to get with that? And I think that our elders have been disrespectful oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes our elders have been disrespectful in their approach to communicating with the youth.
I think the approach is because I think it became a time where the parents and the grandparents got younger. And I see that a lot of these kids, the difference between my relationship with my parents and my grandparents is that I was never their friend.
Exactly.
And I think that it's been a 10-year, 15-year lifespan that I think that these kids that came up more they friends with their parents than being actual kids and parents. And I think that's where the difference came in between us and them. We had to respect elders, and you was gonna respect elders. I think in this time of day, the internet has destroyed the relationship between the child and the parent, because the internet has educated and given the child a TV into life that his parents might not have told him about or educated them about, and it kind of gives the child a false sense of being grown. and they'll turn around and challenge their elders because they're able to get this information out this telephone. But what I tell the youth is that even though money gives you power,
we got one coming,
and a sense of presence,
Sunday,
your elders can give you the blueprint of what life is and the mistakes of life. That don't change. You know, I understand when you go around and you see older cats hanging with younger cats, talking about that's my big homie. Like, the fuck? like the fuck, bro? Like, I don't care how much money I ever could have made, bro. My daddy would not take no money from me. I raised you. You don't owe me nothing. So when I hear when parents was, yo, you made some money, you owe me, my daddy taught me he ain't owe me nothing. I ain't had to come here. Now to take care of your parents, hey man, I leave. Your job is to take care of your mom. Once she leave, you can do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was his last words. To me, that's structure. You know what I mean? That's structure. And just because you see the older people, they've made society where it's all about the money. It's all about the money. And if you got the money, you got the power. If you got money and he 50, he ain't got no money, he ain't worth nothing. You ain't got to listen to him. That's the illusion of money. Because, bruh, but we got in the 20s, a lot of time, we gonna bun it. We gonna bun it. And I'm looking at y'all like, hey man, y'all going through millions like we went through thousands. You will never get that money back. At least I know, hey man, I own all my publishing. When we did our first album, we did it in Curtis Mayfield house. Right before he left, he came to the house one day, seen us recording. He said, come here, Gil. He said he walked in the dressing room, in his bedroom in the house. He said, you see all the reels up there? I said, yeah. He said, them all the original reels from Superfly.
Mm-hmm.
I keep them with me. He said, yeah, you don't never sell to them people till you're ready to walk away. And when you walk away, you got some mailbox money.
Where was the reels hanging?
In his bedroom. Then he took me into his closet and he said, hey man, I want you to have something. And he gave me a sweatsuit. And that's the sweatsuit I wore on Soul Food on the cover. So I've only been directed by the elders to move a certain way. So when I got in the door, I mean, we had our first, we in New York City, we were L.A. Reid, Babyface, everybody. They were like, God damn it, Goody Mob, what number one? And we were like, yeah. And we got up there in LA, was like, how you feel? I said, I feel good. I fuck with you, but I'm with Organized North. He was like, huh? But it was just me always being so loyal to what I am. Like, they looked out for me. I'm with you, OG, but I just gotta let you know, like, shit, I'm with Reek, Pat, and Ray. You know what I mean? That I'm not here to be on nobody's team but the one that brought me. I understand now, 30 years later, that was stupid, yeah.
You've been fiercely loyal to your team. You know, Goody Mob, Dungeon Family.
Mm-hmm.
But you have collaborated with other artists, many other artists. In fact, one of your most notable collabs was with Ali.
Yeah.
How did that collab come about?
Man, bro, like going through a divorce, man. Going through a divorce and being here in Atlanta and almost got there doing something to somebody the wrong way, get into it with the police and got a warrant. Went on the run. Like, man, I'm going to LA. I ain't dealing with this shit right now. Go to LA and I'm just walking around killing time. And Ali rolled up like, kill. I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, get in the car. He was like, man, we love y'all, man. Like, man, we love y'all, bro. We bro, St. Louis, we the Goody Mob. St. Louis team, that's we the good in mom, St. Louis. I'm taking you to see Nelly. He took me to see Nelly on Sunset. Nelly got one of them mansions up on the Doheny on Sunset up in the hill. We go see him. I didn't leave there for 2 days, and we recorded 4 songs. Nelly was like, shit, you going with us. I went on the road and with them for 5 years. I sold what? The Dirty NT, compilation album went gold. I was on Nelly Sweatsuit. That went 8 million. Me and Ali went 350,000. Grill sold 9 million records. It gave me a whole new life. I mean, it rejuvenated me, man, because like, you get tired. After that 10th year, you get tired. Atlanta, we didn't have no competition for so long. Like, it was nothing like, you got Outkast, you got Goody Mob. You say one, it's the other. So it's like a 20-year run. Like, no
competition.
Got tired of the best live performances. We whooping everything from up top to out. We're whooping everything on stage. Ain't nothing playing with us. I watched everybody from all the greats stand on the side of the stage and know, like, man, them bunch of niggas there, man, they dress funny, but they hit records. And we always knew, like, man, like, we gonna stand on this South shit. We gonna make you have to respect this shit.
Right, I remember them, bro. That was the real ATL back then. That was when ATL wasn't funny. But yeah, I remember them times, man. Shout out to Gip, bro. Gip, man. Gip one of the realest right now doing it, man. Hearing what he's saying, hearing them talk about Big Pharma. This is the talks we gotta have in the community, bro. We gotta understand how we being played, who playing us, and what we gotta do to move forward. And I like that question Ray said, put. When's the last time you've done something, anything to make the world better? And that's the kind of stuff that we gotta really be on. We gotta be thinking about what happened in the past and what we could do to make it better. And the only way I think is unity. We gotta unify. We gotta understand. We all neighbors, bro. We all going through the same thing. Young or old, it don't matter. They're trying to divide and conquer. So I think once we get on that kind of level, I don't think it's gonna be hard for anybody to come break us, because we done been through so much in this experience. I think it's hard to just gonna be able to get us back to where we at right now. Man, this was a good show, man. Shout out to Trail Jackson. Me and Trail got a show coming up this Sunday. We finna put one good together. But yeah, man, I just like to hear our brothers talk about the experience, how we can change things in America. So Big Gip this was one of the best interviews that I done heard about the people. So I had to get this to YouTube. Man, I appreciate all y'all for tapping in. We always need and must protect our elders, for real. We got to protect our youngins too, because they're the same thing. Our elders and our youngers, they're the both, bro. Our elders is going to help our youngers, and our young people is going, you feel me? It's going to help the elders. So it's like, we got to stay on point. We got to understand the divide and conquer strategies, because once listen, these strategies is not going to work no more. You ever tried a basketball move on somebody over and over and over again? It's not going to work at one point in time. You're going to have to try some other move. So shout out to Ray, said everybody who tapped in today, man. That's what we're going to be on this channel. We all on unifying the culture, standing on business, and making sure that, we ain't making the same mistakes and going through the same problems that we already been through. Because that's what they want us to do. They want us to keep going through the same cycle. So listen, I love and appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love.